All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. The tight end Josh Hill was the target. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Check, Patriot!
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Spins past him. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey. Wait! Gun.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And incomplete here on third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some space here. And he'll be out right All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Akeem Hunt now to return. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Lucky 56.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long.
Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll set up to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They run. Devontae Freeman. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw is Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal.
20. Look out.
Now it's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Extra point put through by Suckup. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they... And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Suckup will put this one right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up.
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A carry now for McKissick. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. That's out to Hill. Right side complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Gun! All right, now look at 56.
Now back to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now the pitch to Freeman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
The good old toss play, and this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side, but the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield, otherwise that play can...
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes our score 17-0. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll run it now out of the guns. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. He gets them moving forward again with an 8-yard run, but they'll still be left with 14 yards to go on 3rd. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Atlanta now coming out on the field. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Hey, wait. Let go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, here's Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Freeman, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
Let's go. Hey, express. 21. Let it go.
They go play action here on first down. And that'll be incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. From the 21, it's second and 10. Second and 10 now. Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. And Suckup will put this one right through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Watch him now, Barney. Back 99, Philly, here we go. Back 99, Philly, here we go.
They'll run with McKissick. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So now they have to contend with second and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Hey, 20, 12. 25.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
4 down.
From the gun, it's Ryan. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Back to throw now on 1st down. And Hill with it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. So out come the Falcons now. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Ryan. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And a nice gain of 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there of 22. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw on 2nd down. Ryan being chased out left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Hey, wait.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And Suckup will put this one right through, and that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. He gets it to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. Checking things elsewhere, 3rd quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And the gap in that one has widened. The Bears have scored again. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Freeman again. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's taken down inside the 30. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
They'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
Back now in Atlanta. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Let's go. Let's go.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They toss to Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here's Freeman. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Oh, spinning away. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Hey, express, express. Look out!
From the shotgun, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They'll run it with Hill. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Right there. All day, baby.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Freeman with a fast feet. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. The Falcons on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for Atlanta, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.